Breakfast is often referred to as the most important meal of the day, and for a very good reason. I think it's literally the breaking of the overnight fasting period, and it not only kickstarts your metabolism in the morning for the day, but most importantly, enables sustained energy levels and energy supply alertness while you're applying your body and your mind with essential nutrients required for good health. So as children's minds are still growing, soaking up knowledge, hopefully, as well as being active out in the sports fields, it's especially important for them to start the day off with all the right nutrients found in a healthy breakfast and a nutritious glass of Milo. I'm a big fan.
I know you are. And joining us today is dietitian Anne-Marie de Beer, who will be elaborating on the importance of breakfast and what role it plays in our lives. Anne-Marie, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Great to connect. As a big fan of Milo and with growing kids, I can't wait to give my boy his Milo in the morning. But just getting into the importance of breakfast itself, how important of a role does breakfast play in a child's overall nutrition, and what happens if you skip out on a good nutritious breakfast?
We need to consider that with children, they are growing and they need a lot of energy. And the best way to start the day is with breakfast, with a good energy-filled breakfast, but a nutrient-dense breakfast at the same time. So not just empty energy, but actually filled with nutrients as well as the energy that the kids need. So it's important to consider that when kids don't have breakfast, we now know, and from the evidence that's been shared, that these kids actually don't perform as well in school because they're tired. They actually don't have the physical or the mental energy to learn at school. So there's a couple of things that's important here. There's also some evidence that now suggests that kids who actually have breakfast in the morning has got a lower BMI. In other words, their risk for overweight and obesity is less. We've also seen that these kids actually consume less fat during the day. In other words, even though they eat a lot, they're actually eating much more healthier. And it's also what they found, that these kids actually have more fruits and vegetables during the day because they're actually having breakfast. So breakfast sets them up for a good start and actually sets them up for a healthy living.
Sets the tone.
We speak about breakfast, but again, I just want you to elaborate why it's so important to start the day off with a nutritious breakfast.
So in the morning, when you have a nutritious breakfast, of course, you're getting all the nutrients that you need, so the micronutrients that you need for the day. If you think about things like iron and the B vitamins, all of these are important for the function of the brain. The B vitamins actually release the energy into the cell, and iron carries the oxygen. So there's a whole lot of things that's happening in the morning, and if we don't have that, we actually can't function properly. So it's important to keep in mind that by merely having a nutritious breakfast in the morning, we are actually helping ourselves for the rest of the day. It's as simple as that. So it's important for kids to have a good breakfast in the morning and a nutritious one as well.
When you say nutritious, what are some of those nutrients, and what effect do those specific nutrients have on a child when we set them up with, as you say, that right start for the day?
There's a couple of things. The nutrients that we really focus on is, of course, all the macronutrients. That includes protein, fat, and carbohydrates. They're the ones that provide the energy and the building blocks for the cells. And then, of course, the micronutrients. Now, the micronutrients we need in small amounts, but they are critical and essential for health. Iron is the one that carries the oxygen in the cells. And it's interesting to note that in South Africa, and in fact, the rest of the continent, we have a huge problem with iron deficiency. And about 1 in 10 children don't have enough iron. So by actually consuming some Milo, you are helping the kids to get their iron in an easy way. The B vitamins are very important. We get the B vitamins from cereals that we have, also from some of the fruits that we're getting. So important there that we have those. And then, of course, vitamin C we get normally in fruit. And this is why it's quite easy in the morning to have it. And even if kids don't want to eat their fruit in the morning, it's okay if they have it as a snack. So there's a good way of getting all the nutrients. So I normally tell people that a good way of having a nutritious meal is to make sure you've got all three of the food groups in your diet. And that includes the fats, the proteins, the carbohydrates, and then the fruits and vegetables.
It's all about balance, and of course a little bit of good taste doesn't hurt as well. Thank you so much, Anne-Marie. Some absolute gems in that, some wonderful insights. Thank you so much. Now you can hopefully have a great breakfast yourself this morning and go and kickstart your day.
Thank you very much.
As you heard, every glass of Nestle Milo means a healthy intake of calories and essential nutrients, which makes it the perfect breakfast beverage accompaniment, resulting in an energy-fueled day for our children and for us.